In other news, this week in Fish and Wildlife, we are taking you to the Lewis and Clark Caverns for the past 23 years. It's been celebrated by candlelight, and I've done it. It's beautiful.
That's right. They've been doing that. However, in this week in Fish and Wildlife, those tours are not going to be available this season, but we'll shed some light on why, and it's a very good reason. Rhea Armstrong.
This week in Fish and Wildlife, sponsored by your local Montana Toyota dealers.
Thursday morning, time once again for This Week in Fish and Wildlife. We're at the Visitor Center here at Lewis and Clark Caverns State Park. Joining us this morning, Rhea Armstrong. Normally this time of year we have special tours at the caverns, but there's a good reason we're not going to have them this year. Let's talk a little bit about what's going on up at the caverns right now.
Great. So we have some contractors. Pavlock Electric is in taking out the handrails and upgrading all the lights. So in May, we'll have the whole cave relit. It'll be safer for you to see the steps and go down, and we'll be lighting up the cave in a whole new light.
That's phenomenal. I know the lighting is an issue sometimes in the caverns because of things that can be around and all that. You're going with a new, more energy efficient, as I understand it. This is going to be a great thing for your caverns experience.
Yeah, so besides being able to see better, the LEDs are much more energy efficient. The handrails that they're putting in are stainless steel, so there won't be any maintenance, no more painting the handrails. And I'm just really excited to see the upgrades that we're getting.
The downside to that is those normal candlelight tours that we usually do this time of year, not happening this year.
Right, so this will be the 24th year that we would have been sponsoring them, and it's the first time in 24 years that we haven't, but it's the cost of trying to get the lighting upgraded.
I would think this is going to take a little bit of time. I mean, it's a ways through the caverns to go through there and completely do the railings and the lights and that. This is going to take all the off season, I would think, to get this done. Yeah,
so they started on October 1st, and they're doing a little over a half a mile of cave. They have to be careful because you have to have very small handrails going through the cave so that they don't bump any of the formations. They have to be at certain times of the year extremely quiet. We have bats. So yeah, they're spending the entire time from October 1st until right in the first part of April to get it all done.
That's phenomenal. We're going to come back and check in here a little bit after the first of the year, see the work that's going on again. So no candlelight tours, but business as usual once we open after Memorial Day.
Correct. So I'll come out in May and see the new lights.
That's perfect. Again, Rhea Armstrong joining us this morning. A little bit of a change, and it's going to be for the better by the time we get into the official season here at the Lewis and Clark Caverns State Park. Rhea, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
And that's This Week in Fish and Wildlife.
This Week in Fish and Wildlife was sponsored by Toyota. Let's go places.